We never wanted to admit it. Who wants to admit their only child is an idiot?
That's what he was, an absolute idiot.
Yes, he was an idiot.
I watched the dickhead trip and fall down every friggin' step here in the building.
I was standing here with him once and went to pour him some more wine. God knows why he felt the need to jump for joy, but he did, and the balcony gave way and down he went. 3 stories down.
Betty would call me to tell me he was walking this way. We'd grab our chairs and just watch him.
I felt kind of sorry for the schmuck. He was late with his garbage and started running after us. Wasn't watching where he was going and fell down a manhole.
This guy came in here with a car steering wheel stuck on his head. I couldn't do that if I tried. In fact, I did try just to see how crazy this shit was.
You have to understand, we'd not seen a patient like this before. He was even accident prone when under an anesthetic.
If we saw him coming, we'd quickly move anything loose or close to the edge of a table. It was like dealing with a child.
We'd sometimes get these weird emergency 911 calls, and we'd just know, that's Toby Lipschitz. I'll bet my house on it, and it usually was.
Hello? I'm looking out my window, and there was this dude in his underwear hanging from the street lamp calling out for someone called Francis.
He begged me to take him to our shooting range one day. Big mistake.
We were all preparing the meals together, and he cut his finger.
Yep. So Alex rushed him to the hospital. I told everyone to start eating. We were used to Toby cutting himself.
Turns out he's sliced off more than just the tip of his finger, and he demands we all get on the floor and look for it.
They couldn't find the tip, and turns out he'd been prepping the salad, but the guests had eaten it so.
Dude was a fun kid to have around, not because you liked him so much, but because he was always tripping over shit and falling into trenches.
Look, I get a lot of strange kids in class that are pretty normal, but I'd never had someone race up, grab hold of my experiment, and then drink it like it was a Pepsi Cola.
We were called to this apartment where people were having some kind of birthday party.
Seemed normal at first.
Until we were shown to the pantry, and there he was.
I mean, who goes snooping around people's pantry? And he must have slipped and, well, caught his old fella on the,
Third time he pushed his trolley into my wife's ass, I pulled out this gun, jammed it in his face, and told him I don't serve dipshits.
He was here for about 3 days. I liked him at first, seemed like a nice lad.
Nice lad? He was a complete fool. After about 3 days, we had to keep an eye on him more than the patients.
God knows where he got the money, but he seemed to be traveling all over the world, not for holidays, but just to hide, I think.
But he worked for me for about 3 days before he got his foot caught in one of my nets and was dragged out into the ocean.
Breaking news just in. A man is being attended to by city paramedics and fire teams with the jaws of life to free him and his bike from a street sweeper's mechanical brush.
We used to love teasing the guy, but we soon learned to shut our mouths.
Damn straight, because if we spoke to him, he'd get distracted and walk into a friggin' bus or something.
Funny fucking shit, bro. We're doing this factory. We steal all these secondhand cars, and when we get them back to Sam's, who do we find in the boot sleeping?
He'd go to confessional 4 times a week. I'd tell him that crap is for serious confessions, not because you sat on the cat.
All creatures, great and small, and as it turns out, great, small, and stupid.
The guy was a hard worker, but just dumb as a bag of hammers, and when the crane hit him, he fell into the oil pit, and it was over Red Rover.
What do you people want me to say? Okay, look, what the hell? I'll tell you. We had to design a special L-shaped coffin for him because he had died in that fruity situation.
I kind of miss him.
He'd always visit and help me feed the fish.
He would overfeed them and lots died. But I liked him.